Paul Whelan is shaken because although Brittany Griner was released from prison, we still have a prisoner of war over there in Russia. Let's talk about it. So this is Paul Whelan. Paul Whelan was arrested in Russia in 2018. He was convicted and sentenced to 16 years in 2020. He was sentenced to espionage charges. Espionage means he was a spy, allegedly. Now he is denying all charges, but the Russian administration denied his release. Right now he's still over there in a Russian camp. His family said that when he first got locked up and they were trying to get him released, the previous administration said nothing to the family. Actually, this time, the Biden administration personally let them know that they tried, but he's not released yet. Paul Whelan is an ex-Marine, so everybody was under the impression that he would be released before Brittany Griner. Not only would him being a cloud-colored man, he also is in the military, but I think that they exchanged Viktor Bout for a smaller fish. Russia got a big fish. We technically got a smaller fish. Even though I love Brittany Griner down to the ground boots, she's a WNBA player. But Paul Whelan, I wonder what they're going to ask for in exchange for him. I want y'all to understand the gravity of Viktor Bout. Viktor Bout was displayed by Nicolas Cage in this movie, Lord of War. It basically explains his life story. Please go watch it. But let me give y'all some tea on Viktor Bout so y'all can understand how serious this trade was. Let me give y'all some tea on Viktor Bout. So Viktor Bout is the merchant of death. He is the biggest arms dealer in the world. He's got all the guns, all the artillery. So during 9/11, right before 9/11, the Taliban had actually captured Viktor Bout's people, right? Just to get him to come talk. So Viktor Bout went over there personally himself to go get his people. Well, the Taliban sat down with him and said, hey, for us to let your people go, we need you to fully arm the Taliban against the war in 9/11, against the war in Iraq. Not only did they need guns from him, we ended up purchasing guns from him ourselves, the Americans. These are just some of the companies that were supplied by Viktor Bout. And during 9/11, when we were in the war in Iraq, we actually ended up purchasing guns from him ourselves. So this is the plug of all plugs, y'all. And that's who we just gave back to Russia. Now, I see a lot of people in my comments saying, it wasn't a fair trade. That wasn't a good idea. I'm never going to ever throw Brittany Griner under the bus like that. Her freedom is definitely important, and I'm glad she's home. But yes, this was a huge piece moving in the game of chess. Baby, this is not checkers. Allegedly, but I'm almost pretty much sure that now we really might go to war with Russia, and they are going to have them things on them because they got their plug back. Let's talk part 3.